The dumbest answer to this question is that you should just listen a lot. How should I improve my speaking skills? Well, you should speak more. It's the dumbest answer. So today one of my clients from England asked me this question: how to improve your Korean listening skills. For example, you learned 1,000 words or 2,000 words and you can say a few phrases, but when people talk to you, when you go through listening exercise, you cannot understand anything. And what is the process? What is the shortcut on improving your listening skills when learning any foreign language, be it Korean, Chinese, or any other foreign language? If you can read the word, if you can write the word, if you can understand the word from actually looking at it, it doesn't mean that you should understand it when listening to it. And the reason is that hearing and listening is completely different piece of information. The sound of this word, the pronunciation, the sound of this word is a completely different piece of information you haven't stored yet probably. So you need to go through a process of listening to this word, of listening to this phrase. Let's say you learned 1,000 words, so you need to go through the process of listening to these first 1,000 words in different kinds of situations. And at first it will be, you'll not understand anything, but then after getting a feedback, your brain will catch this, kind of store this information, create neural networks related to this particular vocabulary. And how do you do that? What is the process? Should you just talk a lot? Should you just like mindlessly listen to radio? Or what should you do? What should you do to improve your listening skills, Because the dumbest answer to this question is that you should just listen a lot. How should I improve my speaking skills? Well, you should speak more. It's the dumbest answer. Because the reason why is that to improve any kind of skill in the shortest period of time possible, you need to go through what I called feedback loops, which means that you do an exercise, you challenge yourself, and then you get a feedback from a teacher, a coach, from a textbook with answers at the end of it. So you need to go through this feedback loop. And so the answer to this question on how to improve your listening skills is the following. You listen to a certain exercise, you listen to a person speaking to you, and then you get a feedback on especially on what you didn't understand. How do you do that? Well, here's the example of how you can do it with Korean. You can relate this example to any language that you learn right now. With Korean, the textbooks that I've been using to coach my clients are called Yonsei University textbooks, and they have workbooks as well. And textbooks as well as workbooks, they have listening exercises. And when going through those listening exercises with my students, with my coaching clients, at the end of workbooks, for example, there are transcripts of those audios, of those exercises that we went through. So after listening to this exercise a few times, my students can open the end of this workbook and can look at the transcript. They can underline the sentences, the exact sentences, the exact words that they didn't understand. And by going through this process over and over and over again, they kind of store this information which is related to specific words that they know but they didn't understand. So after this kind of training, they listen, then they get a feedback. They listen, try to guess what this, let's say, text or situation or exercise is about, and then they get a feedback. With those exercises which don't have transcripts, the teacher or a coach should give a feedback to a student so that the student can actually get a feedback and can actually understand, can actually see what he or she didn't understand. When it comes to practicing by yourself, not only with a teacher or with a coach, the best way to do so is just to find some kind of textbook or workbook which has a transcript of its audios at the end of it. So when you listen to the text, when you listen to some exercise that you need to answer questions to, you need to do, you need to have those transcripts so that after finishing this exercise, you can see what are the particular parts that you didn't understand, what are the particular sentences, what are the particular words. I hope that this video is helpful for you. Again, the feedback is the most important thing when mastering any sort of skill. When mastering pronunciation, mastering grammar, when improving your listening skills and spoken skills, it's not just listening. It's a listening with the feedback. It's going through multiple feedback loops so that you can actually improve your listening skills as quickly as possible. I hope that this video was useful for you. If you want to check out my coaching program, click the link down below, go to my website, check out the description. I can personally help you master any language that you want, be it Korean, Chinese, or any other foreign language. And as always, until next time.